Big-time stakes as we approach the end of the season. Goal positioning, playoff spots, all on the table, but only if you find a way to win. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the USC Trojans. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. From the gun, give on the inside. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line, a loss of 1. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Now the play fake. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge.
Lost one deep down the right side. And they wanted it all on third down, but now play action on first down. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking.
Well, they hit that deep crossing pattern, and nice job by the quarterback there, keeping his eyes down the middle of the field. He's not telegraphing where he's going to throw it. He knows he's got to give his guy a chance to work through the traffic.
Breaks into the open. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
Really good decision-making by the quarterback. Don't get greedy. Yes, I can make reads, and I can pull it, and I can throw it all the yard. If I can take 10-plus yards and continue to do that and continue to be smart with my decision-making, this offense is going to be very difficult to stop.
Finds the tight end, and they pick up just a few on that completion. Offense gets set for second down. Lewis to throw. Snagged out of the air. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
All right, guys, let's think big picture for Oregon. Top 5 up to this point is really good. It's staying there as we get closer to the playoff. That becomes a huge challenge.
They just need to focus on winning right now. They're in position as a top 5 team to reach the college football playoff, but you've got to keep winning, and that's got to be the mindset. And coming into today, they have to bring their A game to the field.
And we're still in the middle of the season, so there's so many ways to still make a good impression for this squad, and we still have conference championships for some. We have
and the catch and run into the end zone. From the gun, the running back has it. Got room at the 35. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
To the ground, he's got it again. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The House of Loud screen. Didn't have much. Quarterback making adjustments. Lewis wants to pass. Fires to the right. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield.
Ooh, that's a nice throw. Great accuracy there. And you think about Oregon quarterbacks, I know we think about guys running around a little bit, but think back to guys like Dan Fouts, A.J. Feely. How about that name? Joey Harrington, of course, Justin Herbert. These guys could thread the needle from the pocket, make all the throws. This guy here reminds me a little bit of them.
Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Looking downfield on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
No, if you're going to defend the slant route, you've got to be physical near the line of scrimmage. You saw that on defense there.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to keep it in the air. Got his man out of the backfield. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. From the 49, they're going to spin that wheel of fortune and try it on 4th and long. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's going to fire deep. It's picked up, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. Here's the thing. That's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
It's complete. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
Quarterbacks love throwing slants to big boys. When you got big targets, it's hard to miss them. Great job throwing to a guy that tall, putting it near his body, and he plucks it in for the catch.
To the air, it's Fox. Pulls it in, it's Fowler. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the 2nd period. So 1st down here as they go back to work. Looking to throw on 1st down. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
Works the middle. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Bringing the heat. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And listen.
And the Ducks backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on 1st down. Give to the running back. And I think he got back to the 2-yard line, but the defense was ready for the run.
great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Right back to it. Strong run there to pick up 4 and get it out to the 7. So 3rd and short from inside the 20. You convert here, and this drive takes on a different complexion. Lewis to throw. Quick completion on the out. He'll get it out to the 14 before going out of bounds. The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Precision, execution, and timing to pick up the 1st down on the out route.
I think you're spot on. Those out routes, man, it's got to be about timing. You got to throw that football before he breaks. Nice job seeing it. Short yard situation, throwing the ball on the money so the receiver can get upfield and get the 1st down.
The Ducks now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And that one's incomplete. They were just trying to move the... Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still just a very short gain.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you...
It's a running room. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got to be able to score points on this drive.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. Rush is on him. Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Lewis wants to pass. Zings it complete to the right. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. They couldn't draw up a better way to start a drive, and now they've got it 1st and 10 from the 41. Might be calling a hot route. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And sometimes the quarterback grabs the football so quick and tries to get out of his hand, rushes it a little bit on these quick throws. Sometimes they don't even grab the laces, and you could tell he just grabbed it, threw it a little bit too quick, and missed behind the wide receiver.
Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab. That'll be enough for the 1st down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Time to take a shot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. New set of downs after the completion. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Lewis to throw. Fires to the right. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
And those corner routes, those quarterbacks need to throw the ball with some air and put it towards the sideline, away from the defender. You can tell a little bit maybe underthrown. The defender doing a good job sticking with the play, getting his hand on the football.
A shot toward the end zone. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Unloads it left. It's complete. He's loose down the left side. The 30. The 10. Touchdown, Southern Cal. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Going right to work up top. Fires to the big fella. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
And you got to love the versatility of the big fella. You put him in the box and let him block big defensive linemen, or you put him in the slot and you throw him the football and have success.
Grab near the sticks. It's Hilton. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. To the air on first down. That's reeled in. It's Hilton. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. Quarterback making checks. Lewis wants to pass. A shot toward the end zone. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. After the lack of production in the first half, plenty to talk about. Let's see what they can dial up here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think you stay calm. I think you make adjustments, Jesse. I think you realize what they're doing to us and how can I attack that. But you also tell the guys, low-scoring game, still very much in this. We can still be who we are.
It's a good point. I think on offense, this is...
Makes the grab on the right. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
This offense not wasting any time. First play of the third quarter, and they're aggressive, taking a shot. You know they had some conversations in the locker room at halftime. How can we get a big one right out of the gate. Defense isn't going to be expecting it. They took the shot, they hit it, and this offense is humming.
Wants to go up top on first down. Gonna take a shot. Touchdown, Ducks! This offense is starting to believe, and as they generate yards and points, they're bringing momentum with them. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the catch. It's Matthews. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. They're going to test the right side with this one. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got it.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. He wants to change this route. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side.
Well, they're not able to hook up there, but considering this guy already has 2 touchdown catches in this game, now the offensive coordinator is dialing up more passes his way. And you know the quarterback, he's got like a sonar on him. He's always aware of where he is, and I like the idea. I'm going to keep throwing this guy the football and see if he can get another touchdown.
Lewis to throw. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And he makes the catch inside the 25. What a nice throw there, just carving up the defense. You make these types of passes downfield, and reminds me of Justin Herbert just carving up Arizona State for nearly 5 bills.
Yeah, just making big plays in the passing game. This offense is built on the run. It always has been. It always will be. That's what the Ducks hang their hat on, but making those explosive plays down the field when the defense slips up and loses a little bit of eye discipline.
They'll run it on first and goal. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2.
Well, after talking to him this week, I know this guy was excited to build off the momentum from last week when he scored 2 touchdowns. You could just see him here close to the end zone. He's trying to snip his way in. He's so good at finding the creases when they get down tight to the goal line.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good.
And he's going to take it into the end zone. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. He's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage again, and this just hasn't been his day. Nowhere to run.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going, and I'm surprised, but...
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Oh, they really... Leaves it with the back. Got enough for the first down and wants more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
when the running back gets going and gets a head of steam like that, it's so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Lewis wants to pass. Now adjusting. Bought a little time, lets it go. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's too fast for linebackers to cover, and he's too big for DBs to cover. He's a real weapon in this offense.
They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. And the Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Use the play fake, now to throw. Touchdown, Oregon! They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. Unloads to the wideout. Finds space on the right. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. They're not only ready to fight on, they're ready to deliver knockout punches with plays like that.
Yeah, they typically are, and it's typically Hollywood scripts, right? Just beautiful playmakers, big bodies, fast bodies, to highlight the famous celebrity quarterbacks. That's just what USC does.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And he can't pull the trigger, and that will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. We wrap it up with a sack. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion.
Well, at this point of the game, in the second half, down 3 possessions, you're not punting anymore, right? Every 4th down you're going to be going for, regardless of where you are on the field. The problem is, defense knows it too, so they're going to play call accordingly. That time, they had a better play call on. They execute. It's just been that kind.
Snatches it on the right. Touchdown, Ducks! And the beatdown has ensued. That one pushes this lead out a little bit more here in the 4th, and now they can smell. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just... And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And when I got a stud quarterback like they do, I'm going to protect him. I'm going to make sure that I keep him upright because he can do some serious damage. But this defense applying pressure and applying the hammer in this football game.
Finds his big tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Wants to throw. It's Fox. Pass rush gets there. Home gets him down at the 23. He is a menace rushing the passer. Career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
Looking for space. It's Hill. They make the stop after a pickup of 3 just inside the red zone at the 19.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
The give and tick, 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 tick. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Nice job by the defense, just being very sound, understanding what they were seeing, and going and getting it. A lot of times these running backs force missed tackles and make you miss and make big plays. This defense did a good job of not letting that happen.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Gets it out quickly. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. And that can really take the wind out of a defense's sails when you convert with a 4th down completion.
Great chemistry there between the quarterback and his target. 4th down, you got to have it. You got to be on the same page, and they were there.
The offense changing the play. Lewis to throw. Good timing on the quick out. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. And that ball's on the ground behind the line. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And that's hard to swallow. You're in scoring position. You got set up perfectly inside the 5-yard line. Everything looking good. You can't fumble the football. You got to take care of it. Man, what a missed opportunity for this offense.
And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. This offensive line trying anything to protect the... They're going to open this drive with a pass. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
No big surprise there, right? You're throwing to a guy that already has 3 touchdown catches in the game, so take another shot. Every time he has looked his way, good things have happened, and that's one of the very few times in this game so far where they have not been able to hook up.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. It'll be 3rd and long. Might be changing the route. Lewis wants to pass. He lets one fly deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And the offense comes up short on 3rd down, but I tell you what, they've still had a good day. There's so many positives to point to. I'll be interested to see if they go for it here on 4th down. They don't have to. They got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, shown a variety of all kinds of things. Now it's just about how they want to finish.
Looking to buy time. He'll try to do it himself. They came into this game with plenty of people putting them on upset alert, and they were ready for the challenge.
And they passed it with flying colors. And this is what you want to do as a team. You want to make these little statements across the season. And they proved, Palmer, the difference between them and the other team being ranked is
turning it on. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know a lot's went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be.
And it's picked off for the third time today. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Never say die attitude, and I love that, especially in these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing until there's zeros on the clock.
He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The Trojans with a second and short to keep this drive moving. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They've got it at the 41. Third and short, trying to keep the chains moving. Looking downfield, it's Fox. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like.
Big man has it. It's a first down and more. And they finally make the tackle, but